Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 111. The magic number 111 comes in today. On episode number 110, we had the melodious, beautiful and sweet Medha Vidyabhushan, and it was nice to listen to her. It was nice to get her detailed interview for the first time. Nobody had done that before. Before I say anything else, here's wishing all of you a happy 78th Independence Day. It's nice to be seated here on this day and then meeting you all with a very special episode. And I'll tell you why the episode is very special today, because for the first time on the OAPN podcast, we're having a one-of-a-kind guest. And especially to celebrate our Independence Day today, let's say hello to Lieutenant Colonel Srinivas. Welcome, sir.
Hi, sir. Hello.
Welcome. How are
Adarsh
you? Thank you for coming in.
Meeting
Thank you for accepting our invitation. I think within 24 hours, our conversation went from hello to sitting opposite each other. That's really a good response time.
It's been an honor for me also to be with you all. It's a great opportunity, as well as to be with you. It's always nice.
Thank you, sir. So a little about Colonel here. Colonel Srinivas MN, he is retired from the active services as of now. He was from the core of the engineers of the Indian Army, from the Bombay Engineers Group. He clearly mentioned we need to let them know because they need to remember, right? It's very important to mention, and it's a proud thing. So anyway, he has almost had 25 years of distinguished service, which is why it's an honor for all of us to host him here today. He's had tenures both in the field and peace areas within India. He's actively participated in Operation Vijay, which I realized he told me that for the common man it's the Kargil War, and Operation Parakram as well. He's also been an athlete.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he's mentioned he's also been an athlete, from long distance running to fair share of cricket to what else?
all games. Any army officer, anybody who has been trained in the academies, they are jack of all sports, because we get trained in numerous any number of sports, like almost 10 to 12 sporting events.
Sure.
Name it athletics, swimming, hockey, horse riding, golf, and you pick up whatever you're best in and do your best out there.
Sure. He's also been an Academy Blue in the Indian Military Academy in Athletics. That's another achievement for sir. And usually I don't get into writing these things down, but here what I've realized is it's so important to say the right words, because there's so much emotion and there's so much there's a story behind everything, right? And that's why I spent some time with sir to ensure my introduction is right. So even during this interview, if there are any innocent mistakes from my side, please forgive them. Enjoy the conversation for what it is. I think more than anything, we are just happy to meet sir here today and understand his journey, how things happened, how things have come through till today. And if you know him already, I can assure you that it's a chance for you to know him a little deeper. If you absolutely don't know him, here's a story that you can listen to on the 78th Independence Day to get inspired. So, sir, thank you for coming. Welcome again.
Mr. Adarsh, it's been an honor again, I tell. So, for everybody, it is I wish them the 78th Independence Day. And we are proud that we are celebrating 78th Independence Day. Tell me, Adarsh.
Yes,
what,
sir. I
you would
will
like to
only,
speak about.
don't worry, sir. The conversation is going to be led by me. You can relax. It is, I think it is, what is beautiful about, I think this conversation is, and the biggest thing I'm scared about is my casualty should not come across as disrespect, which I hope I'm not going to cross the line. But you know what I'm excited about? Here is a podcast that is completely open. Right,
Okay.
it's completely open, and of course there are, we've discussed about the things that we need to speak about respectfully, and those things are going to be spoken respectfully. But at the same time, when we think about someone who has served for 25 years, it also comes to me that there is always, it's a straight line,
Yeah.
right? It's a straight line. You need to walk the straight line. And for me, what is exciting is for someone who's walked a straight line, metaphorically, for 25 years, to come here and speak, candidly, I think is very exciting. I think that's the setup I'm excited about. What happens when these two forces meet?
See, it's very common.
Sure.
It's very common. Whosoever has gone to serve the motherland or the Indian Army or the armed forces, it's all by choice. We go by choice. So anybody goes by choice, they willfully they serve,
Yeah.
and they keep going ahead. There's no looking back, or there's no turning back, or any such
Yeah.
particular things. We keep doing our duties, whatever best, and we serve the country like
Yes,
that.
sir, the country. Complete respect for that, sir. So, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಹೋಗೋಣ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ಗೆ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ.
Obviously.
ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಂತ ನಿಮ್ದು? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದು ಫುಲ್, ಆರ್ ವೇರ್ ಡಿಡ್ ದ ಜರ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್? ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್?
ನನ್ನ father, see, I would like to tell you a little.
Sure.
My grandfather was in Air Force.
Okay.
Okay. So we are a family from the forces background. So during Second World War, he was there. He served the Indian Air Force. After that, my father volunteered for Home Guards. He was second in command, and he commanded a unit there. He was a unit commander. And after that was the initial inspiration. My father was my inspiration to join the armed forces. So he was in Directorate of Employment Training in the Karnataka state government also. He was serving. So it was a transferable job within the state.
Yeah.
We used to go hopping as when the transfer comes. We go to the next station, and that's has inbuilt lot of confidence and lot of friends, lot of people we have met across almost 6 to 7 transfers was there when I was with my father.
For your father?
Yeah. So we were in different part of Karnataka, wherever he got transferred, and schooling was done basically sometime in KGF, sometime in Mysore, sometime. So then I unfortunately lost my father quite young.
How old were you, sir?
I was 12. I was 12 years old. When
You have any siblings or?
Yeah, I have 2 elder sisters.
Wow.
And my mother.
So that must have been a very big setback
Very big setback
for the family. Yeah.
Initially, he trained us so well. Even today, if I remember what I have learned, it was during my father's time till my 6th, 7th standard.
Sure.
Whatever, it has imbibed a lot of qualities in me. Lot of qualities. He worked very hard.
What are 2-3 things, sir, that today you think those qualities are in you because of your father?
Definitely. I can never forget, and I should be very grateful to my father. One thing he taught, getting up early in the morning. This was one thing which he taught in the initial days itself. 4 o'clock, not
4
beyond
a.m.
4 a.m.
Wow.
He used to put water if you don't get up. put water, the complete bucket of water was on you if you don't get up exactly at 4 o'clock. So that was one discipline which he taught, which is still carrying on. And that made a lot of difference in our lives.
Okay.
Second, early, he had made us a little adventurous from the beginning.
What?
Like he taught me swimming at the
What
age of
adventure
5.
are we talking about, sir?
Anything like you don't fear for doing things.
Okay.
It can be a little bit mountaineering. It can be an adventure activity. It can be trekking. It can be swimming or any such particular things. He made me to swim in a river at the age of 6, 7. So those little bit of fears which are there in during childhood, if we come out of that, it's so good that you don't have fear for certain phobias will be develop over the years. That will not be. So these are 2-3 things which he taught, and never tell a lie. Come what may. Never tell a lie. Come what may. That was one thing which. You might face a lot of difficulties, you might face a lot of struggles, you might face a lot of things which are not into smooth life, but don't tell a lie. Whatever has happened, you should have courage of conviction. You should say, if I have done this thing wrong, you should say that I have done wrong. That one thing from the childhood, still even today I'm practicing that. Be very straight, be very truthful. And one more thing he taught me was be very truthful to yourself. Don't bluff yourself. Okay. Again, that has given me so much of confidence till today. And the same thing I'm trying to imbibe in my child, in my sisters, or wherever I get time, I get some opportunity. I always tell people that these are the qualities which we need to imbibe, wherein it will give us a lot of boost in going ahead in life.
So you were 12 when your father passed. And then there's your mother and 2 sisters. So only boy in the house. I'm guessing you were not part of a joint family.
No.
Right. So how did Lieutenant Colonel Srinivas go from being a boy to a man without having a father in the house? Were there role models? Were there no role models? And if you can just spend a minute
role models
talking about that.
Have to be there. We come across a lot of role models, father figures. Definitely, we need to follow them. In fact, I had the same. After 12th, as you mentioned earlier, we moved to Bangalore. So from high school onwards, from 8th standard till my degree, I studied in Bangalore itself. So, as I told you, my father was an inspiration. He wanted me to join Sainik School, wherein I had got selected for the Sainik School. At the same time, he got expired. So, that was the time I couldn't join. So, then we came to Bangalore, studied, and since that fire was in me, I have to join the army. And I joined NCC. Did all 3 years NCC in my school time, my college time. So there are certain certificates in NCC, as you all know. A lot of people would be knowing that once you attain certain proficiency in NCC, you will be awarded a certificate, then a B certificate at the pre-university, and then at the college level, you are awarded C certificate. So,
and this was during degree, you're saying?
This was doing from high school till degree. All 7 years I was in NCC.
You were an NCC cadet.
I was an NCC cadet. So, great exposure, great discipline is really by the NCC. You would have seen it. We have NCC contingent as a part of Independence Day. How well they perform. So, that is, every school should have NCC as one of the optional subjects, which lot many schools are following. Some schools they may not get the opportunity, or maybe certain amount of restrictions on the number of students joining the NCC and other things are there. So, nonetheless, all the schools should try to inculcate NCC guides and certain other discipline-oriented courses. You may call it. It's a short courses. You might spend 3 hours or 6 hours a week for going into some drill and other things. So that gets you into a lot of disciplined life. So.
Anyway, just bringing you back to that question, how did you cope with it? Losing your father.
Yeah, it was a very tough time. Very tough time for anybody. Anybody losing father is the backbone of the family. Lose it, you face a lot of difficulties, either from the society, either from doing the thing. My mother was not much educated, so she had to struggle a lot to bring up 3 children. And my sisters, definitely, they have sacrificed a lot for me during the initial days. Then my mother was getting a pension since he was in a government job. So somehow we tagged along for managed through, but with little hardships.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's not just the pension, right? I mean, there are there are many families which, when the main breadwinner is not there, and say they still are blessed with good amount of wealth. Even if good amount of wealth is there, sometimes it's the mental strength that comes into matter. So the point I'm trying to make is, because of the background and because of the way your father brought you all up, that is what helped the family actually get on, helped you as well.
Definitely,
right? So. Whether it's the principles, or let's say, you'll never allow yourself to go into a depressed state because you need to wake up at 4. Those rules are already set.
Yes.
So it was almost like your father had created this safe space.
Yeah,
to ensure that you stay on the...
Definitely. Anybody. Being father should be there, at least. I'm not saying he should be there throughout your life. At least till you get settled to some extent, finish your colleges, because what happens, you will end up in a lot of economic problem. You'll end up with a lot of crunch for finances, for studies and other things. It was a great struggle, which every family who would have lost their father would have experienced. We are not a special this thing I can say, but we also had to go through that turmoil for 6 to 8 years till the time I finished somewhere near graduation. By the time I finished my graduation, I was already doing athletics. As I said, I was very much interested. So initially, I played cricket, but since I was good in running and athletics, and so I joined an athletic club in Bangalore, Jayanagar, which was called YUVA, Youth of Unity, Vitality and Awareness. And very fortunate to come across a great coach and a mentor. He doesn't need any introduction or explanation on who he is. Mr. Uday Prabhu. He was my coach and a great mentor as well. So I came across Uday Prabhu sir and Mr. Maheshwaran, one of the very helpful person, because as I said, we were not doing well economically. So there was a lot of support from Mr. Maheshwaran and Uday Prabhu sir. And they saw my talent, whatever little bit skills I had in running. So you need a coach to shape you. You need a guru to shape you, to see what is good in you and get the best out of you. So after I joined, almost 5-6 months, they saw this thing, and I was lucky to have such a great coach because he himself is an Olympian and Arjuna awardee, Dronachawa awardee.
And the fact that he recognized your talent is already
it's a great honor for me that I was with him. That's all. You achieve or don't achieve, you have coach as Uday Prabhu sir. Okay. And sir used to guide me a lot, and within a matter of 6 months to 1 year, I could participate in the state athletics, give good timings in 800, 1500, 5000 meters.
Wow.
And that's the time when he's another inspiration after my father, that he said, you join the Indian Army sports school, and there you will get a lot of this thing. And also he had encouraged me to join Sports Authority of India also. So I had to practice and I kept on practicing. And when I practiced with the army teams and other things, so I could participate in up to the level of services. And also I participated in open nationals, brought some good timings, whatever. I was coach was not there at that time when I joined army. After that also I used to call him sometime, or whenever I used to come on leave, I used to meet him, take those 2 months coach from him, and that's how we used to interact with him. So he has been a continuous guide. Whenever I used to come on leave, I used to go meet him, take his blessings.
Wow.
Very grateful to Uday Prabhu sir. If he's watching, I am very grateful to you, sir. And whatever I am today, because of your blessings, that I will need to say that he's an inspiration for me to join the Indian Army. And somehow I cleared these mandatory exams the UPSC conducts, and we went to Indian Military Academy, got trained, and I opted for Corps of Engineers. During the end of during the commission, just before pre-commissioning, we need to opt for arms and services. So there are different arms and services. If you want to opt for fighting arms, it's infantry, armored, and artillery. If you want to opt for arms, it is engineers, supporting arms, engineers, and signals. Then we have services: electrical, mechanical engineers, EME, ASC, Army Service Corps, then AOC, Army Ordnance Corps. Like that, we have different services.
Gets to choose.
We can choose. We have to give our choices.
And then if you're
as per our merit, we are placed in certain enclosures.
Got it.
Throughout the training, they assess. We have different examinations, we have different field exercises, we have different map reading exercises, different subjects. So based on that, they place us at different enclosures of merit. Each enclosure will have different vacancies of these particular arms and services. So we don't know, we'll not know that which arm is there in my this thing and all. Whatever is you're passionate about para, go to para, you opt for anything you want. But if there is a vacancy, if you are in that merit, you will get it. If it is not there, that's why we give 3 choices. My first choice is this, second choice is this, third choice. So any one of the choice, out of 3 choices, you will get it. In case if you're not lucky enough to have that vacancies within your enclosure, they will assign you something whatever is there. So
at what age do you make this choice, sir?
See, there are different entries into the somewhere between 22 to 24 or 25. We are there, ranging from 22 to 24. So we have to make our choice. Once we opt for technical arms, like engineers are technical arms, signals, EME, these are all technical arms. Once you opt for technical arms, you are mandatory to do an engineering degree. No doubt. Even if you are a graduate, if you are a BA, you have to be a BSc graduate to opt for this. You can't opt for technical arms with a BA graduate.
Got it.
We join. A lot of people join with BA, BSc, BCom, whatever.
But then you'll have to do it.
If you are a BSc, in science, then you are eligible to opt for technical arms.
Sure.
If you are not a BSc, you can't opt for technical arms.
Sure.
So I opted for engineers, and during that time, people used to say engineers are the hardest arm to serve with.
Why is that?
Think twice before you opt for engineers.
Okay.
I said, sir, we get an engineering degree, we get a technical qualification. Why not? This is what at the cadet level and this thing we don't have much of knowledge about those particular things. We say yes, we'll get an engineering degree. Why don't we? Okay. After joining, you realize what exactly is engineers.
And what is this exactly? Can you tell us?
Yeah. So once you opt, you are into the Corps of Engineers. The commissioning takes place. The passing out happens. Every year, 2 passing outs. Around 600 to 700 cadets pass out. As per their nominations, they go into their arms and services.
Okay.
So if you opt for infantry, you go for infantry training center, and etc. like that. You opt for engineers. First, you're commissioned into a regiment. What happens in the services? You don't have regimentation.
Okay.
Like any ASC, EME, signals, and AOC, Army Education Corps. These particular services don't have regimentation. There's a reason to that. I'll come afterwards. Whereas engineers have regimentation. This is the only supporting arm which has regimentation. Rest all fighting arms have regimentation. Artillery, infantry, and armored corps. They have regimentation. So the best part of regimentation, you are commissioned into a regiment. Like we have, I'll just home on to Corps of Engineers.
Sure.
Within Corps of Engineers, we have 3 groups. Madras Engineering Group, Bengal Engineering Group, and Bombay Engineering Group. As per the requirements, Bombay Engineering Group was established. Madras Engineering Group was established for South India.
Yeah, Alsur, I think
like
we
that.
have.
Yeah, in Alsur we have MEG. Madras Engineering Group. So it is part of Corps of Engineers.
Okay.
So Bombay Engineering Group.
Always think, why is it Madras?
Madras constituency.
Okay.
During British times, it was Madras constituency. So Madras Engineering Group. Bombay Engineering Group at Khadki, it was established in Pune. Then Bengal Engineering Group at Roorkee.
Okay.
So we have similar setups. The organizational setup and training, everything is same. But only for at that time, for the part of the constituencies, they had formed this, and it's continuing till date. So I was commissioned into 113 Engine Regiment of Bombay Sappers.
Okay.
So a very fantastic regiment, and having a lot of legacies to that. All the seniors and all my predecessors or senior officers have had already laid the strong foundation for the future regiment activities. And I was very fortunate to have been commissioned to 113 Engine Regiment.
So there was a clear path. How to go on.
Yeah. So once we get commissioned, we go and report to our parent group, that is Madras Engineering Group, Bombay Engineering Group, and all. Then from there, training is given almost for a month and a half to tell you the history of the Bombay Sappers.
Wow.
The officer is made to know 1.5 to 1.5 months.
This is like orientation.
It's like orientation. It's an orientation program, a capsule course.
To understand what is the regiment.
What is the regiment? Okay. What is the legacy of Bombay Sappers? Beautiful. What is expected out of an officer to command its men? Those 1.5 months, you will be taken to all the museums, all the training, this thing. There are classes conducted that how Bombay Sappers have carried on the legacies over 2 centuries. Okay. So it gives a insight to take on, it motivates us to take on the legacy. And after that, we go to the regiments, individual regiments. We report to the regiment. So as a lieutenant, you are a platoon commander. Then you take on the platoon task and other things, whatever engineer task, wherever it is. The regiment might be in field area, in peace area, whatever. Whichever regiment you are posted in, wherever they are, you go report and you carry on the task.
Whether
So
it's
like
a
that
field
you grow.
area or a peace area. Yeah.
So you grow. You have your company commander training you at all times. You have your commanding officer. You have a cohesive unit wherein you get to learn all the tasks of engineers. Okay. So at various stages, we become engineer advisors, giving all the operational advices to the operational commanders for their furtherance of the plans. This is
And that can be in field or again.
It can be anywhere.
Depends on
where the regiment is and what task has been given to the regiment. Even in when you are in peace, you might be you might have given the task of field also. Some of the companies are in field when you are in peace also. So such tasks are also there. So it depends. A lot of other intricacies are there. Not the right forum to explain each and everything.
This helps. This helps. Yes, sir. You're saying something.
This is in a nutshell that what engineers do in the
super. So I think this definitely helps understand. This is a good groundwork for people to understand where you were placed.
Yeah, generally layman doesn't understand that what army is. Army means. Yes, army is a group of soldiers with some commanders. They might be fighting. That's the general
concern.
Once you get inside, you know what exactly it is. See, it can't be public. Everything can't be public from the army point of view or armed forces point of view.
Sure.
There are certain restricted informations. So that's okay.
No problem.
It's an organization. What organization requires, we keep doing it. That's
okay.
it.
So we'll get into a few topics now. One at a time that I feel the viewers will also be wanting to hear from you. So we'll start with something basic, right? And I think some of these topics may seem small to you, but they may not be so small to a lot of us, right? We spoke about discipline. We'll start with that. See, it was ingrained for you. It was in your blood.
Definitely,
right? It was in your blood. Our generation, it was not ingrained. This is the problem. We sleep at 4 a.m. Okay. Now, I already sense some anger from you. I don't want you to, really, but this is the problem, right? Our generation, we got a lot of freedom. Our parents believe in us, thankfully. And they said, follow your dreams better. We have seen a lot of hard work. We've sacrificed a lot. We want you to really follow your dreams. But sometimes we've taken that freedom for granted. And I don't think we are disciplined. Sometimes we are disciplined, but at least with this timing. We stay awake, and these podcast ideas also sometimes I'll be thinking of in the night.
Okay.
Not in the morning. I don't know if I can think of it in the morning. So what do you think, sir? This sleeping early, waking up early. Is that the only way?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So it depends. See, initially what waking up early in the morning gives you a lot of energy.
Sure.
From the times immemorial, we have been seeing that getting up early, just before the sunrise, and you do a little bit of exercises and this thing, you are energized. Throughout the day, you can work better. And half of the work is finished by the time 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
People are waking up.
Yeah. So that is one good thing. It's a positive thing to do. And throughout the day, you are fresh. Your output is better.
Yeah.
And your energy levels are very high because you have gone, you have exercised at the right time during the sunrise and this thing. So it's all energy, it's nature. Okay. It's a natural process. For let's leave apart human beings. What we can learn from animals. Okay. Now, you say are not animals, you see any animal getting up late, at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They, with the sunrise or just before the sunrise, you see birds, you see
Chirping,
any
yeah.
dog or animal or any
Natural.
cows, cattle. So they are with the nature. We are not with the nature now. We have gone.
Which is not
slightly-
good, no?
It's not good.
It is not good.
Okay. But somehow, see, the world is changing. People are going with the world, what exactly the requirements of the world and other things. So that's where the changes are. If everything happens, like why not till 70s, 80s, 90s, or even up to 2000, things were like that only. So now with the advent of IT and other sectors and other, because globalization of work culture and other things, so you have to get up in the nights if you have to work for a US process. You have to be awake if you have to work for a
Yeah,
UK
yeah,
process and other things. So the processes have changed.
Yeah.
So you have to be with the world. Otherwise, the job opportunities may not be there. I'll get up
Someone has
at
to do
early
the
4
work.
o'clock only, and I'll go to sleep at 9 o'clock only. बोलने से job
Job नहीं मिलेगा.
नहीं मिलेगा. Appropriate job नहीं मिलेगा. You whatever qualifications you have, you may not be getting appropriate.
You may not be getting.
So you need to decide.
Mm.
As an individual, we need to decide what is good for us.
Yeah.
And if health is lost, everything is lost.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
No amount of works, no amount of business, no amount of money will not help. So we need to decide what is best for us, balance it out. Because nowadays the world has changed. We need to go with the world. But within that time frame, what best we can do, that if we can follow, that is discipline. Not that getting early, it may not work for some people. That's okay. Within the available resources, available time,
What can you do best?
What can you do best for your health and also well-being of yours will count as discipline.
Did you spend a lot of time away from family?
Yeah,
Or,
for some time I was away, but as officers, we are allowed to keep families at our stations. Maybe families will be in the station. We might be in the field areas coming back.
But you have spent time.
We have spent.
You have had your own share.
Yeah, I had
And that's
my own
why, right? Like every other officer, I'm sure.
Yeah,
who's,
sometimes
some more, some less.
Some of the officers might get posted in the field areas continuously for 2 tenures. They may not get to stay with the family. So
Yeah.
one tenure peace, one tenure field अगर आपका होता रहता है, so you are
helps.
balancing out both the things.
But yeah, so like you mentioned, so for the men who, the officers who have only served in field areas, what is the mindset, sir? Because see, for us, it's so difficult to think of staying away from family. But for officers who are in the field and like you said, say, complete 2 tenures if they have to serve.
Only one motivation. You are gone there by choice and you are serving the motherland. That's it.
So, but can you tell me a little more about this? Because see, I'll ask it like this. Again, right, it's a lot of comparison between generations, right? Which is why I want to understand. I know that even our generation, there are a lot of people who, are wanting to serve the forces and are really hardworking. But and tell me if I'm wrong, the number of people who connect with motherland now has reduced, I feel, compared to say 20 years, 30 years ago, where the connection with the motherland was more, sir, is what I feel. And just follow up question to that. When you say, yes, it is a choice to serve my motherland, what does that mean to you? When you say I want to serve my motherland or I served my motherland, what does that mean to you? Yeah. So these 2 questions. First
See,
question.
you should be of a different metal to do the continued service in the armed forces. You have a very strong mental setup. Weaker people don't have a place, frankly speaking. And once you have made up your mind, the people who are with you, the regiment who is with you, the men, the personnel, the ladies, anybody who are within the regiment, they become your family. Okay, you never feel like you are separate or you're separate from the family and other things. No doubt. You have certain responsibilities, duties towards your own family, but that becomes a primary family when you are serving. That becomes a primary family. Okay. So that is the strength that drives you. That yes, I'm the see. There is while we pass out, uh, because I'll not be justifying this particular
Sure.
interaction of us without saying this. While we pass out from the academy, the Indian Military Academy, there's a credo, Chatwood credo.
What is this?
So the credo reads that the safety, honor, and welfare of my country comes first, always, and every time. Okay. The honor, welfare of the men I command comes next. My own ease and comfort comes last, always, and every time. So this is the thing. While in our training, we are completely trained on this. This completely gets ingrained into our blood. And with this motto, we keep carrying on throughout our career. No, my men. What? Yeah, is he comfortable? Is his family comfortable? That's how we start looking into my own ease and comfort. My family will come last, always, and every time. So, and there is a see another thing which I would like to definitely tell you is the strength behind a soldier or an officer or anybody in the armed forces is their family, their wives. Their wives are looking after their children. They are the strength.
Sure.
They don't give any type of pressure to you. Even if something happens at home, they will not inform you. They'll try to get
Take
it
care of it
themselves, take care of it.
themselves. Yeah.
They practice that
Yeah.
without disturbing you, just because you are serving there.
Okay.
So they are the strength. They are the sacrifices throughout their life. Without them, you can't. If they start putting pressure on every soldier and this thing, so you can't concentrate, you can't focus.
on the job. Yeah.
They are the strength. No doubt, you have gone by choice. You're trained. You're doing.
Yeah.
But if you are troubled by people behind, how can you work? They are the actual sacrifices
Yeah.
more than you.
So I have a question here.
Yeah.
So when you join the academy,
Yeah.
you're again meeting new people,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
So the bond between soldiers is not already that strong. But here on the other side, you're saying the bond that you have with your fellow
No,
men
academy is a
extremely
training
strong.
institute. See,
Correct.
Academy is a training institute before joining your own regiments.
Correct.
Once you join your regiments,
Then
once you
you're
join
with
your
them.
units, you're with them
You
throughout
live with
20
them.
years, 50. You live with them for 20 years.
Correct. But this whole phase, what happens behind the scene that we don't know about? Why is that bond this extremely strong? Where now you're saying that this becomes your primary family,
Yes.
and then so what is happening there?
It is the day in and day out we are with them.
Yeah.
Day in and day out we are with them.
You're living with
Living with them,
working
working with them,
eating
eating with them, and we are sharing with them everything.
Yeah,
See, even in the operation, as military commanders, there's a little difference in the leadership. As military commanders, you are responsible for life of the personnel who are working with you. And their families. You have the responsibilities of their families also. So when you take a decision as a leader, as a military leader, it's very important to think on these particular aspects. You can't lose one guy.
Yeah.
Losing one person, or with your decision, some wrong decision has been taken, because of that something has happened.
Sure.
You will be held responsible psychologically also, that because of my decisions. So we are trained to do that, and we as military leaders, it's a very great responsibility to safeguard the person's family also.
Sure. We'll go on to the next topic.
Yeah.
I have quite a few. That's why I'm like going. The next one I want to ask you. What can you tell us one or two things that the public believes about the army which is not true? Like myths, assumptions. things people say about the army and the life of the army, but it's not true. That's not how it goes.
No, whatever I have come across, especially now with the amount of awareness which people have, uh, it's a mirror. Straight away they see what army is doing. It's one to one. There's nothing.
What about movies, sir? Are movies portraying the right things? We've had movies like Uri. Are they portraying the right stories in the?
See, movies you can't see. Movies are made for with certain other public interests and
Agenda.
other agendas, but they drive. See, because of movies, see, we have seen thousands of movies. We drive a lot of lessons from the movies. Director is not making a movie just because of the commercial part of it. He's driving certain lessons through the movie. So we all have learned. We have grown up. We can't straight away say it's fully commercial or anything, barring some of the movies. So they take a good. It's not that I say movie bana diya. So they take a lot of approvals. They
Correct.
go into the thing. They study. They analyze. They see what the operations was about and how best they can portray. Otherwise, what happens if you start doing straight away? This is how it was made. It becomes little. You need to add certain. Things to make it interesting.
Make it story based. But have you watched Uri? Have you watched?
I have watched Uri.
So
we watch
were you
all the movies.
Were you happy with the portrayal of Uri?
Yeah, it's a very well made movie.
Yeah, and
you take Uri or you take Razi. What lessons? What is the sacrifice of people? Those things people may not be knowing. That is portrayed through. See, direct from the army, you can't publicize the thing.
Yeah.
Through movies, at least certain part, 20%, 30%, 40% are known to people that yes, this is the hardship. This is how it happens. This is how the operations are made.
Yeah.
This is the risks they are taking.
We had one more recently,
thing.
Sam Bahadur.
Sam Bahadur was a real proper portrayal of this thing. It was a documentary sort of a thing. It was between
he
commercial.
well known in your circles as well? I mean, what?
Field Marshal Manekshaw is the leader.
A few words about him. That
He is the greatest leader that the Indian soil has produced. The first Field Marshal of India, and he has been a great leader throughout his career. And he was very straightforward officer. He doesn't need any introduction. Frankly. I'm very less qualified to talk about Field Marshal Manekshaw. He is a great personality.
Sure. Okay. Can you tell us about a time when something was really challenging for you and you're proud of a phase or a situation or something you really went through at any phase of your tenure? If you can share a story that was challenging.
So I'll keep it short because
Yeah.
there are a lot of events which has happened.
Sure. But something we can take some motivation from.
See, we were during Operation Parakram. We were the complete Indian Army was involved in mining operation as well as demining operations. Operation didn't take off. It was called off due to various reasons of the government decision, and we had to demine during the peacetime. This was a peacetime operation because wherever the minefields were laid, these were on the cultivable lands in Haryana, Punjab, Jammu. These places are completely fertile, cultivable lands, agricultural lands. So what happened after the operation was called off? The people have to cultivate because we have to demine it. So the demining operations took more than 1.5 years to 2 years.
Oh my God.
Okay. So this was also in the news and other things that demining is happening, and we are handing over the cleared minefields to the farmers, like that. And there's a lot of pressure on the armed forces also to demine and give the particular thing. So specialized expertise team were formed within different this thing, and engineers was in the forefront too, because mining and demining operations are the core task for us. So we had to demine the particular minefields, and certain teams had formed, and as per expertise, we went on to clear the.
Yeah.
So as I said, these were the plain lands, and by the time we started demining 20 feet, 30 feet grasses, wild grasses, it's huge. It's like forest which has come up.
Wow.
So certain teams, we knew when we lay a minefield, we knew where we have laid, and certain records we keep. But all those records, as per the study materials and other things, we do the things as per the training. But these things have gone for a six by saying, because nature has played a different role. So you need to modify, you need to innovate methods to demine. It was a great effort by
So how long
across
did
the
it
country.
take finally?
It took almost nearing 2 years to completely demine, and we need to certify that there are no mines remaining. Because what had happened during this phase in between, there used to be rodents which used to go spoil the mines. Rodents, rats, and wild boars used to run in the nights, because jungle area type. So mines would have already blasted. So we don't have those records. So we think that this mine is there. We need to clear that. Some are visible.
Sure.
Blasted, they're visible. There's some that we can note that it's already blasted. So we need to, while demining, neutralizing a mine and getting it out is a mammoth task. It's a very hard task. So we lost a lot of lives. We lost a lot of people lost their limbs and other things. So we had to pay a price for that. So a lot of casualties had occurred. But that's part of the task which has to be done in order to sensitize or sanitize the complete area. And finally, it was handed over. Things became all right. Normalcy was established after that.
Sure.
So this was one of the very challenging tasks for the regiment, for us, for complete Indian Army as such. And it was done and handed over in a very good note, and without any further casualties to the civilians or anything. One odd, very few here and there incidents. Rest all were taken care of very diligently. So the senior commanders and other people have taken that thing very serious, and up to the lowest level, things were worked out in a very disciplined way. You asked for discipline. This is where it counts. The training and discipline. Not even a single minute you can't take it lightly.
Yeah, you can't take it lightly. Every topic you're speaking about is I don't know where to take it, because there's so much depth in each of the topic. I also don't want to feel like I'm not giving it enough justice.
No, see, you are not used to it, or may not be the awareness about each subjects and other things may not be there. If you ask me, whatever comes to your mind, let's keep
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm always up for it. So the next thing that I want to ask you, so it's very on the internet they're saying the World War III is coming. So what does this say? Do you believe?
It's all very huge subjects to discuss.
No, but I see again, right? I don't want to dive in too deep. But when we say World War III is coming, I feel World War III has already started.
That's okay. See, let's see. This particular forum may not warrant that particular subject to be discussed, because it's a subject in itself and it needs a lot of analysis.
Yeah. But is there a possibility?
Maybe, may not be. See, we can't talk about that. See, with the disturbances which is happening in different countries and other time and again things are happening. So people are generally analyzing. There are experts to do that. There are people to take care of that particular thing. The domain is different.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's not digress into
Okay.
the fact
So I'll
of
take
World
it-
War III and all those things.
I'll take it slightly
simple.
back. I'll take it slightly back where I think you can give an opinion here. As a species, as human species, looking at the amount of money that we spend on arms, that we spend on weapons and all of this, there's this huge debate again that says, as a species we're spending so much money and wealth on our protection. If we use that same amount of money to solve for poverty and other issues, things will be better. But obviously that's not how the world works. That's not how things are. And the amount of money that is being invested into nuclear weapons is only increasing. So yes, at least on this, your opinion, if not
see,
as a
opinion in such a way, see,
for human
as
species,
human beings, see, this date backs quite long. Even if you take our history, our own Mahabharata or any epic or any kingly state, which kingdoms used to be there. So this has been ingrained in the human beings that you are selfish. You need to acquire land. This is this thing, this, that. So this has creeped in. It's very deep creeped in.
Yeah.
Okay. So this needs a lot of time to get back to the normalcy because it has been done thousands of years now.
Yeah.
So over 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, this can't be changed. So people are thinking. There are people who are peace lovers. There are people who are so they are trying their level best to get these things done up. But still, some other places again it crops up. So these disturbances are already there from times immemorial. So it takes a lot of time to get into. So more and more people thinking towards that will definitely make a difference in the future.
Sure.
New generations coming in, new people coming in. If they start loving peace and harmony and between the countries, if they start doing it, so things will change. It takes a lot of time. You can see even a government, it has to change some smaller things also. It's so difficult. Okay. So that boils down to more and more people, peace-loving people has to get into the field and across the world. It will be a global phenomenon. It's not regional or Indian or any particular thing. As human beings, we need to do that.
Yeah, let's hope.
But let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best. How has life been after retiring? And
before that, just I would like to mention one thing. As you were talking about Army's part and how we worked and other things. One thing which I had told you, the ladies are the main force behind a soldier who focuses. Similarly, in Army we have we don't talk about religion. We don't talk about religion. There is no reservation in Army. And within our regiments, whenever we are praying or we are going to the religious places, every week there is a organized religious functions. First, we go to masjid. Everybody, irrespective of you are Hindu, you are a Brahmin, you are a Sikh, you are a Christian, we all go to masjid. We pray. Then we come to Gurudwara. We do Ardas. Gurudwara prayer ho jayega. Then we go to the church. Then to the temple. Everybody. It's a group, a complete group. The regiment as such. We go, we pray, and then come back to this thing. Even we have seen Gurudwara priests chanting our Om Jai Jagdish Hare. When our Pandits are on leave, the other Panditji will pray. Even Muslim will pray. Hindu this thing, or Hindus will pay Muslim this thing, who know about the thing. So there's a complete unity within the regiments, within Indian Army, wherever you go, and the armed forces as such. We have Sarva Dharam Sthal. We don't have a temple, this church, another. That complete complex is called as Sarva Dharam Sthal. So we do that. That is one thing which I would like to tell people how good it works out to be. Throughout our services of 20 years, 25 years, whatever we serve, we don't think of any religion there. We just pray to God. All religion, all prayers are good. They say, they preach the same thing. So we pray. That is for good of all.
Why is it so hard for the public to do that?
So that is what I am saying. It has from the times immemorial, people have started dividing people through the religion, which should not be. Which should not be. Okay, somebody is following a religion, it's fine. You stick to that and you respect other religions. Okay. And they respect your religion, you respect their religion. Fantastic. This will sort out all the issues. But that doesn't happen. People play around with this particular religious thing, which is not good. If this things comes up, when army of such a large army of almost 10 lakh plus almost 15 lakh army, if we follow those particular things, okay, it has come from the times immemorial. We kept on following it,
so I think,
and nobody says no to that.
No, sir, it's straightforward. The army needs to be united. Correct.
Yes.
The army needs to be united, which is why the religions need to be united.
Correct.
The reason why the public can never do that is because politics can never be united. No, that is where it comes down to. Because if politics gets united, there is no politics.
That's where the governance has to think. Yeah. That's where the political leaders have to think. If a country has to develop, or we see the developed nations, they have a single religion. They have maximum one or two religions there, and that gives lot of strength to take certain decisions as a country. So we need to unite. Let the religions be there. They have been following. Let's respect each other and keep going on. Not create troubles.
Okay. It'll take a while. This is also something that
newer generations are realizing it. I am seeing new generations which they all are multifaceted. They respect all the religions. They keep going. So that's how the thing.
The reason I bring up these topics is because I'm not here to solve them, but at least it should serve as a reminder to think about it for people, right? Because there is enough to resolve, and it's going to take its own time. Okay. The next thing I wanted to ask you, what is one thing that has changed about the forces now compared to when you were actually serving? Like, what is one thing about the army that is there now that probably wasn't a few years ago? A development, ideally.
Definitely. Technology has been instilled. So the latest technological advancements have been made, and people are working with the technology. We are one of the best in the world as armies are concerned, as everybody knows. So that is possible if we go with the technology. The training is like that. Everything has changed as per the changing scenarios. And Indian Army's Air Force and Navy, they are catching up with the technology. So we are ahead. We are with full vigor and power, which already portrayed that we are one of the best, and it keeps continuing. Army, Navy, Air Force, the commanders at the highest level are very, very well qualified, qualified to do what they are supposed to do for the country, and they are great decision makers. And definitely, even the ministries and other people, they cooperate for that particular thing, whatever they say, because they are the experts.
in the while you were serving, weren't there times when you felt, ये नहीं हो गया, हो पाएगा, I'm done. Like I want to leave. I think this is it. I want to
No,
change up my life.
I never had a mind to uh, leave army. So
Early on, at least say early 30s, late
no
20s.
no way at all.
So
Even to the end, I was just thinking, I was emotionally attached so much that even while putting up my paper, also I was thinking twice that, yeah, after 25 years, also no, I should continue or not. This dilemma happened for 3-4 years. Finally, there were certain other circumstances which I had to come out.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I could have continued.
But not voluntarily. You never thought
Never.
this is too hard.
It's one of the best organizations to serve. Whatever I am today, or whatever any officer be today, it's because of the armed forces and the Indian Army who have trained us, our own seniors who have trained us during our initial days. All these micromanagement, leadership qualities have been imbibed by our seniors. We believe in training the next generation. We believe in training the next leaders who take on our this thing. Because of that only we are there. Because of that only Indian Army is doing well.
Sure.
And men also. They also strive. They don't keep their families. Most of them they keep their families away. As you said, how they get motivated is because of the leaders, because of the motivation, because of the family which they are in here. That motivates them to go ahead. So never ever, once you are in very rare cases, people because of their some circumstances they start
might want to.
getting demotivated or leaving or something like that. Even then we try to motivate them to continue. Most of the times it gets successful.
Sure.
So generally, those who have done 15-20 years, they generally they don't leave. It's in the very initial stages people might come up with that idea of because of hardships and other things during training and other places. But once it is a choice, you always go through that. They are very, here we call it as attrition. So very less attrition. Very
attrition. Aditya, you were saying something?
Very less.
Okay. I asked you about the most challenging time. Can you tell me about one of the moments that you're really proud of? That's a happy moment or a proud moment from your service that you'd want to share with us.
See, the day I commissioned, I got commissioned. So that was the day I prayed to my father. I said, whatever was your influence on me has come true. And I have done it as per your wishes. And that was the proudest moment of my life when I got commissioned as a Indian Army Commission officer. And my mother was there to pip my stars.
Wow.
So one pipping was done by my mother, one by my sister, elder sister. So whatever sacrifices they had done, so it had come true.
You wore it proudly.
We are very proud, very proud of that. In fact, after, till then the family was there, the sacrifices were there. And even after marriage, my wife has also been very supportive. Because of that only I could go and do my job very focused and wholeheartedly and this thing. Without that it could have not possible. Very well supported by my wife and my kid also. I have a single daughter. And my mother, of course, always been where she stayed here in Karnataka. And she used to come once in a while to our places to stay with us for 3-4 months and come back. So that's how things are. So that was one of the very proud moments for me. And of course, one more proud moment was there when the demining operations completed after Operation Parakram. I could finish all my company's laid minefields without an untoward incident. without a single scratch to anybody.
Superb.
That was one achievement which I felt, yes, not even any of my men under me were injured or anything happened. So very focused work we did. It was a great teamwork. So as we say, teamwork is a hallmark of any success. So that was achieved. That was one of the best achievements which
For you.
for me. And of course, there were a lot of other events. One very good achievement was apart from the operational, I was posted as a garrison engineer for Indian Air Force.
Wow. Okay.
So I was involved.
Which year was this?
It was during 2006, 7, 8.
Okay.
So during that time, I was actively involved in construction of one of the largest frontline air bases in Southeast Asia. That was to be done in a very war footing. Even the construction company which was there was very good. We could, can you believe the 2-year project we could finish in 8 months' time? The infrastructure works, and handed over the complete project within 9 months of starting of construction.
Yeah.
And the work was done 24/7. And as a garrison engineer, I had put my bed on the runway. I never used to go home. Stay on the runway and get the things done up, because Air Force is very stringent in quality parameters for their runways and allied works.
So you slept on the.
So the air officer commanding was very, very strict, and he was the one who supported me in all this thing. And of course, my senior commander works engineer, then Colonel Berry, he was one great support for me and a guide, and a very technically sound person, so who used to guide us. Because of them, now presently sir is a Major General serving in the Indian Army. So because of their support, I could do that project in a record time.
Months,
And finally, the air officer commanding at that time, Air Commodore S.B. Dev, he was very appreciative, and finally, without me knowing, he got me a Air Force Chief Commendation card for the achievements which we had made. I was commended by the Chief of Air Staff for that particular work as one of the model work to be emulated by others in the Indian Air Force. That was the best project in the Indian Air Force which was declared. So that was one achievement which definitely.
I'm sure it continues to remain an example.
Yeah, it continued to remain an example. Now, recently, its resurfacing had come up last 1 year or 2 year back.
Okay.
It sustained
for the
for
runway.
what we had made. It sustained for 16 years without any
Any work.
defects. Without
Nothing
any
required.
defects. Best of the quality works. Even we had my commander works had brought certain comparisons and analysis that even at international runways and other things, they have not achieved this particular level of quality. That was the thing which was analyzed, and definitely Air Force also accepted. So we were very fortunate to have been put to such responsibility and do the task.
Sure.
And it was again a teamwork, not possible with only one. All the members of the group, and also the engineering fraternity, and also the contractors, the concessionaire was there. They did very well.
Kudos to everyone. Any regrets personally in life? Any regrets?
No regrets at all, frankly
Come on,
speaking.
sir. I think about it. Any regrets? Something, if not regret, something you wish you'd have also done. If not a regret, something you think you should have done too, along with whatever you have done. Something you
Regret. Yeah, definitely. One regret, I could have started my athletic careers little early because of my father's demise. Somehow, maybe because of the opportunities and other things, we couldn't start. I started my athletics career after 12th only. So that was one thing which I couldn't reach the heights of it, where I just wanted to represent India, and it was my dream. During those times, during athletics,
Any
that I should
specific
represent.
sport you wanted to?
Athletics, that is 1500 and 5000 meters, or in a long distance run. Fairly okay. When I started and I did almost 5-6 years of athletics career, 7 years, that has given me certain amount of success. But not because once you want to reach greater heights, you have to, unless you are completely naturally gifted and other things is a different
And
story.
you start early, on time, fully focused only on that. It doesn't happen. Yeah.
So it should be very professional.
Yeah.
So I couldn't take up the sports event what I liked or what passionates me as a professional career.
So that one thing
Maybe
you have
because
in
of
your
the family
other circumstances. But that is one thing
I feel always that I was made for better height and I could have achieved it. That's okay. Whatever God gives us, we have to be satisfied with. I can't ask God more than what He has given me.
So
He has given me more than what I could think of in life.
So today, what is the thing you're most proud of? Your family, your service, the money, the experience.
I'm proud of my family. First of all, my mother, sisters, and my wife, and my daughter also, because they are the backbone of my success. And secondly, I'm proud of whatever hard work which I put in. Maybe with little bit of amount of luck, it has paid me to reach to certain heights in my life, wherein it could have not been possible without the God's grace or my father's blessing or elders' well wishes and blessings, and also the mentors and seniors whoever I mentioned. So everybody had played a part. So I'm very proud of their training to me and their time. See, when they train us, when they mentor us, they are giving their time, their valuable time they have invested. So I'm grateful to them also, and I'm proud of their contribution towards my success. And in fact, definitely the present company where I'm working,
Yes.
a great company to work with, very ethical, which I'll be coming after some time when we talk.
Sure. Sir, coming to your current work right now, the setup must be very different.
Yes.
Right? And that transition is also not easy.
Very difficult.
So what is that one change you have had to make for yourself after joining, after this transition? What is that one change you have had to make for yourself?
Definitely learned a little harder way, I can tell you.
Okay.
See, coming out of army, we are trained to be disciplined, trained to be doing what the army wants us to do or the task which we need to carry out. And we are trained to do those particular things in time without any this thing as per the plans and other things. Whereas when you graduate from one particular services where you were trained in to do in certain way, whatever you had to command, whatever leadership skills you had to apply there. Once you transition from military to corporate, no doubt you have those qualities in you. You have already done. And before going to that, I would like to mention that any armed forces officer or service personnel who retire, they come with loads of skills. Either you may take it as leadership skills, leadership qualities, officer-like qualities, then micromanagement doing micromanagement of anything, and you're multi-talented. You're good in administration. You're good in security management. You're good in technical management if you are a technical graduate, and you are good in logistics. You're good in various other parts of administrations. Okay, so you will be a better fit anyway. Because of these qualities.
Yeah.
Okay, and HR also, human resources. So you deal with that is the core capabilities of armed forces officer. Once we transition, we need to know what is our passion and where we can fit in best. So while I was leaving the army, when I had put up my papers and I was about to come out, I thought of one thing. Now let me do the thing of my passion.
Yeah.
What I couldn't do during my service time. That can be technical, that can be sports events, that can be anything, which I couldn't do it. Okay. I said I'll do what I like. But to be, if you want to do what you like, you have to open your own company. That way, not like that. Within the parameters of the organization requirement, whatever task you would like to do or whatever roles you have to take, that I thought I'll choose those particular only which I like.
Sure.
So like that, after I came out, the transition was first I had to I got this prestigious appointment as CEO of Karnataka State Cricket Association.
Super.
And venue director for IPLs and international matches within Karnataka. So I was very happy. You asked me which is one of the proudest moments. This is one of the other proudest moment. After immediately after transitioning, you are getting such a great opportunity. Which I had to take over from Dr. MP Ganesh, who was Olympian.
Yeah.
And he did that job very successfully for more than 8 years there.
Wow.
And also the stalwarts, the great leaders, administrators like Shri Brijesh Patel ji, Sudhakar Rao ji, then Sanjay Desai ji was the president, Sudhakar Rao was the secretary at that time, and lot other committee members, very good leaders. I had to go along with them, and they were great guides for me for the transition, for that matter. So you said what hardship you faced. The one hardship is this timeline. When I say, okay, to my subordinates and staff, whatever task I am giving, this should be completed within this time. Okay, by tomorrow, maybe see they may not be used to that particular culture. There are good people; they are very efficient, but we may have to judge them in their own way, not the way we want. So that is one thing which I had to learn. That you need to slightly modify your leadership to suit to the organization. See, organization will not change for us. We have come and jumped into the ocean, and you need to swim according to that particular environment. Okay. So there I realized, I said, yes, we need to be part of it, learn the way it has to be learned, and slightly modify your leadership qualities to suit to this thing. There are hundreds of people, thousands. Why should thousands of people change their way of working for one person?
So one is flexibility of time. Anything else that
not only time, it is the way of working.
Like,
see, in civil, what happens? Environment, a task given, they know the responsibilities. They are very strong. They are very skillful. They may be better than us also. A lot of them, but they have their own way of executing that. They may take 3 days time or 4 days time. Time may not be a matter of for them, but they do very diligently. So that is one part we need to accommodate when we plan for certain events and this thing. What is the timeline? available, can I be flexible with them for that particular thing? They're responsible, but can I be flexible for this thing? Because I want it to happen well before the exact time what it has to be done. So if I can be flexible, it will be a win-win situation for both of us. And one more thing which I learned is to respect everybody, respect each one of them, whatever the lowest in the ladder to the highest, you need to respect. You can't
Be biased.
be biased, or you can't. You have to earn respect. What we may call it as. That is one word which I learned. You can't expect respect.
You need to earn it.
I am so and so.
Yeah.
I am the CEO. I am so and so.
Nobody will say anything. You need to earn it.
You need to earn your
The
respect.
post does not give you.
Yeah, that is the thing. So,
Which is very different from
where we have come from.
Where you are coming from.
In our organizations, it's already you also earn respect there also.
correct.
But
the post
also gives
has
you
a
a certain
very-
amount of authority and command, wherein the subordinates are trained to do that.
correct.
Here, what has happened? If I train them for a year or two or something like that, the way I want, they will also definitely follow. So what we need to say, if you want things to happen in your way, you train them. You make them understand why you are doing that.
So
Then things will work out.
in corporate cultures, we address each other by names. So how have you dealt with this?
Yeah, we in our organization we used to serve. We used to say sir. We used to
No,
say
but your colleagues, how do they address you
where
at your workplace?
now.
Yeah.
Now, see, if it is a proper MNC corporate and other particular things, they address it as by name.
Okay.
Srinivas, how are you? Does that?
Okay. But how does that
Whereas-
make you feel? That's what I'm asking.
Earlier, that's a transition. During transition,
Srinivas versus Lieutenant Colonel Srinivas.
no, some people say colonel also, but they don't say sir. Okay. Nor they expect we to say sir.
Okay.
That's a good thing. See, calm hona important hai. And it's not that if he doesn't say sir, he doesn't respect you. It's a norm, it's a culture. ठीक है?
But
So-
not every ex-army officer believes that. No, some people may not.
See,
they may
then
really get triggered.
then,
कि आपने नाम ऐसा कैसे ले लिया?
it happens initially when we come out.
Yeah.
If they don't adjust, they'll be odd man out. We need to adjust. Sorry.
Yeah.
I will be very blunt in saying
Yeah.
any veteran transitioning from military to corporate should imbibe certain qualities which are required for the organization outside, which are required. You are coming out, you have to stay with the people outside, mingle with them, respect them. Automatically you learn that.
Yeah.
So that I exercised. Initially, first 4-5 months, it was a little difficult, definitely, because we are trained, our mind is trained. Even if I feel to do that, I may not be able to. But over the years, ho jata hai, and definitely that's a very good thing I have learned from the civil environment, from the CV street, that you respect people, you give respect to the lowest ladder. And in my present company, the chairman, MD, and the directors, promoters, they call even the lowest particular ladder person, आइए जाइए, आपने खाना खा लिया क्या? Then they will have food. That is the culture out there in our present company.
Yeah.
So that's where we learn this thing. Very ethical way of doing it. And that is one thing which I learned.
Sure. I had just one more question, but before I ask that question, right? So I just want to say, you've given us a lot of insight today, but I think what I really enjoyed is how constantly aware you are about giving the right respect to everything, and you are not ready to say anything casually.
Okay.
Every word you are so aware, you're not saying, we just speak without thinking, I've just realized that words have so much weight, you can't just use them. And just looking at how aware you were in the conversation about, did I say this right, did I speak about this group right, did I take this name right, I'm just thinking, wow, I keep speaking, that's my job. I don't know how aware I am about everything I'm saying. So I think that is the first lesson that I want to learn from you today. That when
Sir,
you're saying something,
we are all made differently.
say it with respect.
Every human being are made differently.
Yeah.
Why? Because to learn from each other.
Yeah.
If we are same, we don't learn only. So we are all different. We need to learn from each other. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Nothing great about anybody. Ki somebody is high, somebody is all are human beings. And I learned it from animals. I'm an animal lover.
Okay.
We have been had a lot of dogs at home and different type of animals, even in my farmhouse also.
He's a dog trainer, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He
Trains.
told me. I'll interact with him separately.
Okay.
So I have adopted 2 horses also
Oh wow.
at AC Center,
Okay.
Bangalore. So we look after them. We have adopted and we take care of them and we go, we ride. My daughter is also a good rider,
Wow.
horse rider.
Okay.
So that is one thing which we have learned from the animals is whenever you go, or any animal for that matter, if you go, it doesn't treat you by your status. Even the lowest person in the society or the highest person in the society goes to an animal, it treats the same way.
Yeah.
What does it mean? That means that love, whatever it is expecting or it is giving, is same for all. Okay, there's no distinguish or differentiation between any of the thing. No, you are a so-and-so, your status is very high, I'll give you more love, and you are so-and-so and I'll give you lesser love. Nothing like that. When we interact with animals,
Beautiful.
why can't we be like that? Status is there, job is there. Somebody is a CEO, somebody is a VP, somebody is a clerk, somebody is a attender, somebody is a judge, somebody is a high class or a highest level IS officer, somebody is a minister. These are all portfolios for us to function.
Yeah.
See, we have got opportunity in that particular job profile or wherever. As per our opportunities, we have grabbed it and we are serving the organization as well as the nation in our own capacities.
Sure.
Whereas we need to, when we interact or when we are friends, when we make friends, when we make associations, we need to forget of all those particular things. We are humans. Forget about the status. Forget about this thing. Just spread love.
Yeah.
That gives you a lot of warmth as well as good feeling. This is what I've learned from animals.
Amazing.
Okay.
Sir. I think this is a very good message to bring it to a conclusion. I told you I have one more question that I want to ask you. So, if there is one message you want to give to the youth today, and if you can look into the camera for that, for this final question, what is one message you want the youth to keep in mind? And it can be about anything, but one message
to the youth. I say they are all nowadays, the new generation, they are all better than us. That is one thing I feel at all times. And I'm trying to be with them. I'm trying to cope up with them. They are very fast. The next generation is very fast. They're technologically advanced. And if we have to remain together with them, we need to strive to be with them. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. So one message to the new generation or the youth is do your best, whatever you can at your own capacity, to serve the nation in any capacities you have. It's not only to join army or to be anywhere. Within your own environment, within your own surroundings, you can serve the country in any capacities. But you should have that particular mind that, yes, I need to look into my country progressing at all times. What best I can do within my own small, a little bit what I can do. That is one thing I want to give them. Second, never ever forget the hardships, the sacrifices done by your family members, parents, sisters, for that matter, the better halves, the spouse or the children. be very grateful to them for whatever you are today. It is because of them. That needs to be kept in mind. Because see, things have gone global. People are working abroad. People are going ahead. Parents are staying here. They're getting old. Certain people may not be able to come. They are settled there. Parents are here, so they're getting old. So try your level best to come back. Give them some time. Take them together to be with you. If they are not matlab, willing, or if they are not able to come, so try your best to make them comfortable. Try your best to give them little bit of time, whatever you can, and let them feel proud of you all, that yes, my child is looking after me in a way. uh, I never ever the parents expect from their children that they want to be looked after or anything. It is the one single pure sacrifice. You can see pure love
Yeah.
from the parents, animals and parents. Rest all love or certain amount of give and take sort of a thing.
Transactional.
So, matlab, I may call it as unconditional love from the parents. So, give your unconditional love to the parents back. And also, one more message I would like to give: please love animals, because they can't ask. Human beings can ask, ki, I need this, I need that. They may not ask, but feel their requirements. And whatever little bit you can do, wherever you see some animal, stranded animal, or anywhere, try to reach them, help them, give a little bit of love to them. It will be a great positive change within the environment.
Super.
That's the best thing we can do, as far as I know. So this is my message to the younger generations. That's it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel, for being here.
Thank you,
It was
sir.
very
So nice.
strong.
I was honored, and so much of time you have given for my story.
Yeah,
It's a small story. Like every human being will have their own stories. So people may not
that's
be
just,
interested in listening to the stories. But whatever best message
Yeah.
we can give it to people is one thing which I believe in. If at all we are spending some time, we should give some quality talks or quality lessons
Yeah.
which they can take from
So
each
you
other and learn
came
from
in
each
here
other.
with full heart.
Yes,
I
sir.
think that's what we have respect for. You came in here with full heart. We spoke yesterday, 24 hours ago, and
I should say all thanks to Ashwin Mandot,
Mandot,
who's
You
your
hadn't mentioned the name yet.
yeah. I will not justify if I don't mention Ashwin Mandot's name, one of the very upcoming musician, I can say, and a great music lover.
I tell him he's the future A.R. Rahman. He says, no, I'm the future Ashwin Mandot.
Definitely, he has the talent, and he is working very hard for that.
Yeah.
Let's all wish him good luck, and wish him all the success in his future.
Yes, sir.
And even I am learning a lot of things from him. Yeah.
We all do. Think we all do. So, can I ask a silly question before we close? Just to lighten the moment.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of them. How is alcohol so cheap for the army, sir? Why is alcohol so cheap for the army?
See,
it's a legitimate question as well.
okay, I'll also be a little lighter now.
Okay.
I don't drink.
Okay, no problem.
And I can't answer that.
Oh, you can't answer that. Wow.
I'm a teetotaler. Okay. I love chai. Chai is everything for me. No doubt. See, it comes with a tax-free this thing. That's where it is cheap.
No, but it's I think a lot of Indians are,
It's a facility. What happens? Many times people work in high altitudes. People work in very, very hard tenures. Very, very risky tenures. A lot of hardships would be there.
Yeah.
So when they come back in the evenings and the particular thing, just to have a recovery or a relaxed moment, this was the thing which was started
provided.
from times immemorial.
Yeah.
So that is being continuing. That's all.
No,
It's a good thing.
I just I knew if I brought it up, people will like it. So that's why.
I think after a drink, they get a good sleep and they forget a lot of hardships and they are ready for the next day with full vigor and energy. Maybe that.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a teetotaler, it was difficult for me. I don't have sound sleep like the people who drink. That is one thing which I want to tell my friends also.
So maybe that's also a regret then.
And also one more thing I forgot. If things can continue for a minute.
Please, let's go.
One more very important thing which I wanted to, because within your question and this thing, it didn't crop up.
Sure.
For the new generation again, and also for us also, we need to make friendships. We need to have a lot of friends, good friends. They are your energizers. They are your strength. They are more than your family. At some times when you want to share a lot of things with them. So friendship is very important, and I have very good
any names, sir, you want to take today? Or
I would like to take 4 to 5 names who are my classmates. You didn't ask that question, and if I don't name them, I will not justify this evening.
Let's go, sir. Who are your best friends?
My best friends are from my school. School friends are the best friends. Later, whatever friendship you may develop, it may work or it may not work, but it is not that close. That close. What we may call it as jigri dost or chadi dost or something like that. So
even army men can have chadi dost.
Yes,
they're all chadi dosts.
Ravi Kumar T.
Okay.
Vijay Jain.
Okay.
Rajiv. Satyendra.
Okay.
And one more, Mr. Prabhakar. And a lot of friends are there. To name a few, I have just named. They are one of the best for me.
Top 5, a big salute to.
Top 5. They are hum punch. Okay.
Super.
So we have
anyone
our own
else's
group.
Name that you want to take, who you haven't taken a name of in this podcast? Someone you think deserves a credit to be called out?
Many of them are there. It's not you are not made individually. Lot of people contribute. I would like to say thanks and grateful to all of them.
Sure.
That through them I have seen God. Okay.
Wow.
Maybe I should thank my seniors in the army, and a lot of seniors and friends of army, and also my course mates. I would like to thank my best friends. They are one of my best friends during army tenures. We call them musketeers, 18 musketeers. We are 18 of us. In the same course we were. And we did the course, and even till date, we have our own group and we discuss. We share our own
WhatsApp group?
thoughts. Yeah. So, thanks to 18 musketeers for being my best friends throughout my career as well as throughout my life. Lot of them are there. If you want me to name 18, this is not the form. All are great.
The name is good for
all are great friends of mine.
Superb, sir.
I love their company. We all meet. We all have get-togethers every year with family.
With family.
Yeah,
wow,
with
that will be amazing.
Yes. And also regiment. I would like to thank my regimental officers and friends, my juniors, who are a strength, who have been a strength to me during my career also and now also. Now my regimental family is throughout. We don't stay apart. We keep meeting every 6 months, 3 months, wherever. And within the region, if we are there, we keep meeting every month also. So, but generally, once in a year, we meet in our raising day celebrations of the regiment. We all go with families, we meet, we interact, we share our all experiences after when we have left and all those things. And that 2 to 3 days, a great evening to spend with them. So they are our family also. which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So, and also I should thank all my men and personnel whom I worked with and who were under our command during my tenures and other things. So I should thank them, without which it will not be justifiable. They all have made me what I am today. Okay. So big salute and
Yes.
thanks to them.
Big salute. And big salute to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming here, sharing this time with us, sharing this space with us. If I made any mistakes,
Nothing.
do
That I should ask if I have done any mistake or if I have uttered anything wrong. Please see through it that
I wish
it's
you
not
did. There wasn't
intentional.
any. I wish you made some mistakes, but there were not any. That's what I mentioned. You're so fully aware of, what to speak. You know where to give that respect. You know where those boundaries needed to be drawn. So I don't think there's anything from
They say
your end.
always. I remember whenever I speak to anybody, do not say all that you know. Know what you say.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So that needs to be thought of before
Before
speaking,
Yeah.
which will keep you in good taste. Okay.
So, sir, do give us your blessings so that this podcast grows and we reach many more people. You coming here is already a blessing. And Ashwin, thank you for making
Thank you
this
so
happen.
much. We wish you all the best, sir. And you being here with your team, I'm sure that you'll reach very greater heights
Thank you.
with your attitude and with your positive intent. Definitely. It was an honor to be with you, and hope to see you soon
Yes, sir.
again in some of the other forums and interact and share each other's experiences
Yes.
and learn from each other.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So,
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. And Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, happy Independence Day, 78th
Yeah.
Independence Day. It's a day of celebrations. Please, if you watched till here, let us know. And this was episode number 111 with Lieutenant Colonel Srinivas MN.
Yes.
It was a great time being here. It was a great time having you all here. And one more final salute to Ashwin Mandal. And see you all on the next one. Thank you so much.